Welcome my viewers. In this video we'll talk about Bitcoin. Right now, it's a hot topic in the news. Experts in economics and technology have issued many warnings against investing in it, describing it as risky and unstable. But what is it, exactly? Most regular individuals have no concept what Bitcoin is or how it operates unless they work in the industry or invest in it. I'll do my best to make the fundamentals of Bitcoin as easy as I can. The most well-known cryptocurrency is Bitcoin. A cryptocurrency is a form of money that only exists online and in digital form, similar to the British pound, dollar, or the United States dollar. Since cryptocurrencies are not controlled by any national or international central bank, their value is unaffected by a nation's economic policies. What is the origin of Bitcoin? Bitcoins are created through a process known as mining. An intricate mathematical puzzle is essentially solved by individuals or teams of miners using powerful computer processors. This process not only unearths new Bitcoin but also preserves the security and integrity of all network transactions involving Bitcoin. In particular, information on transactions that occur when Bitcoin is sent internationally is compiled into a list called a block. The task of validating those transactions and adding them to the blockchain, which is effectively a long list of blocks, falls to miners. Anyone with access to the blockchain can examine any transaction that has ever taken place on the network between any two Bitcoin addresses. Miners receive Bitcoins in exchange for their labor-intensive job maintaining blockchains by successfully completing each challenging cryptographic hash. Since interfering with data effectively halts the creation of new Bitcoins, the mining process employs a number of checks and balances to guarantee that the system's data is secure. There are only a finite number of Bitcoins left to be found, 21 million to be exact, and as a means of regulating the daily discovery rate, the difficulty of mining naturally rises over time. By the year 2140, it is expected that all 21 million Bitcoins will have been mined. Who invented Bitcoin? It just makes sense that the history of a cryptocurrency would be obscured. Since the first digital paper on Bitcoin appeared in 2008, the name Satoshi Nakamoto has been linked to its inventor. But despite the passage of almost 10 years, we are still no closer to establishing with absolute confidence who Satoshi Nakamoto is or if the development of Bitcoin was the product of a single individual or a group of individuals. Hal Finney, Dorian S. Nakamoto, Craig Wright, and Nick Szabo have all been mentioned as potential contenders thus far. A Satoshi, or 0.00000001 Bitcoin, is the smallest unit of currency within one Bitcoin and serves as a tribute to Bitcoin's alleged founder. What are the distinctive qualities of Bitcoin? It's not unexpected that Bitcoin differs significantly from conventional money and payment systems given that it was developed in large part to compete with fractional reserve banking. Listed below are some of the main variations. 1. Decentralization. Users are in charge of their Bitcoin individually. The Bitcoin network cannot be manipulated or taken over by a single entity. 2. No transactions can be linked to personal information. This has advantages and disadvantages since it protects users from identity theft but also makes Bitcoin a popular payment option for illegal black markets like the Silk Road, an online market for illegal goods like narcotics and weapons. 3. Low transaction costs. Currently, Bitcoin payments come with relatively cheap fees. Depending on the provider, Bitcoin exchanges may charge different costs, but in general, these fees are often less expensive than those charged by PayPal or credit cards. 4. Lessen risk for business owners. Merchants are better protected from any losses that may result from fraudulent credit card use because Bitcoin transactions are secure, cannot be reversed, and carry no personal information. 5. It truly is a world currency. Everywhere in the globe, Bitcoin has the same value and is accepted everywhere. No one nation can artificially inflate or devalue it, for example, by producing more. Do you want to buy Bitcoin? Bitcoin has experienced ups and downs since its beginning, but nothing quite like what is occurring right now. One Bitcoin was worth 25,000 Canadian dollars at the time this article was written. But before you join the Bitcoin craze, think about some of the benefits and drawbacks of doing so. Pros: Bitcoin is now accessible to more people than just techies and libertarians. As with stocks, bonds, or commodities, an increasing number of mainstream investors and businesspeople now view Bitcoin as a legitimate asset class. The value of Bitcoin may continue to rise due to its limited quantity. Since there won't be any new Bitcoins created until 2140, it's estimated that about 80% of all Bitcoins have already been found. Additionally, others foresee a rise in demand, particularly if central banks start purchasing them as foreign exchange reserves. Cons: The adoption of Bitcoin as a widely used payment method has been slow, except among criminal entities. There is currently little evidence that Bitcoin will ever completely replace money or credit cards. Transactions take a while, 10 minutes in certain circumstances, and costs are rising quickly. Bitcoin's boom might pop. Bitcoin has experienced several rather severe falls during the past 10 years, most notably in 2013 and 2015. Additionally, experts claim that this most recent exponential price growth is unsustainable and that many buyers will leave the market once prices begin to decline. How are Bitcoins mined? As discussed above, mining Bitcoin uses a tremendous amount of energy. To mine these tokens, extremely powerful computers are employed. More than 16 million Bitcoins have reportedly been mined thus far, and a further 5 million are theoretically possible. The maximum number of Bitcoins that can be mined at once is 21 million. Computer solution: a very difficult mathematical problem that gets tougher with time, is a step in the mining process. One block of Bitcoins is processed and a new Bitcoin is given to the miner each time a problem is resolved. A user creates a Bitcoin address, which is a string of 27 to 34 digits and letters, to receive the Bitcoins they have mined. The user's identity is not associated with it, unlike a mailbox. It's interesting that Bitcoins are kept and secured in digital wallets, which function similarly to virtual safes. Bitcoins can, however, be taken from online wallets. Utilizing Bitcoin. Apart from mining them, there are many more ways to make money using Bitcoins. Although it is illegal, Bitcoin is widely accepted as a form of payment for goods and services. It also functions as a medium of exchange. PayPal, a leading platform that offers digital payment services, accepts Bitcoin as a mode of payment. Additionally, it enables users to store, monitor, and trade digital currency among themselves. Yet a third party, in this case Coinbase, the most popular cryptocurrency trading platform, offers these services. Additionally, a few of websites provide Bitcoins as prizes or giveaways for completing specified tasks. Task: lending Bitcoins to others can increase your income. The debut of Bitcoin's future, which is as good as equity futures, will be fueled by investors' growing interest and a wide range of trading options. They constitute a respectable asset class. Bitcoin exchanges allow investors to trade the digital currency. More than 70% of all Bitcoin transactions take place in Japan. Many websites now accept Bitcoin as payment. What are the potential risks? On the surface, Bitcoin could seem like a lucrative way to generate money, but there are a number of hazards involved, and one of them is the potential loss of your entire investment. The attractiveness of Bitcoin in unlawful, criminal, and terrorist operations is due to its anonymity. Bitcoin is yet another tool used for cross-border money laundering. Additionally, the absence of a regulator renders it vulnerable to dishonest and fraudulent behavior. Theft and other such problems are very difficult to overcome, if not impossible. The transaction cannot be reversed. A transaction is complete once it appears on the blockchain. Being a concept that is just a decade old, there are still a lot of unanswered questions, and Bitcoin's value is extremely unstable and subject to daily fluctuations. As the technology develops and grows, many analysts believe that Bitcoin will eventually become obsolete. Bitcoin is also quite erratic. So, that's end of it. If you loved this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. And hurry for your free access to the best trading software, link is in the description.